How's it going out there, everybody? So, this is going to be my first video that I'm going to try to put on YouTube. I've never done the YouTube thing before, but I watch a lot of YouTube. I do. Probably what I watch the most is, it's real world stuff. It's interesting to me. And I see a lot of videos just like this. Just people making a video, talking about their thoughts, what's going on in their life. They have something on their mind. They make a video of themselves talking about it, and they put it online. It seems people watch it, and they enjoy it. So, I figured, just like everything else, that's out there, hey, what the hell? Why not try it? Hey, let's give it a shot. So, this is my attempt to get this whole YouTube thing started and see where it goes. I've had people in the past tell me, hey, you got some interesting stories, you've lived an interesting life. And in my opinion, yeah, probably. I feel like I've had a fun life, I've had an interesting life. It hasn't been normal by any means. So fuck it, why not? Hey, I'll tell my story. I'll talk to a camera all day long. Little background on myself. I'm a truck driver, as you probably can tell. I got the CV and shit bouncing around. But yeah, I'm a truck driver. I specialize in doubles, gravel train. Other lines of work I've done for in trucking have been Flowboy, which is like the trucks that take the asphalt out to the highway and unload it so they can pave the highways or roads or whatever. I worked for FedEx. That was an overnight gig I did for 6 years. I was on a night shift 6 years, which absolutely sucked, and I never do it again. I guess if you're the type of person who likes isolation and introverted, absolutely go for it. Because yeah, there's that's the night shift on. It's a truck driver. There's nobody to talk to, nothing. It gets old. It gets lonely. Let's see. What else have I done? Yeah, I kind of draw a blank there. Yeah, so mostly it's been pulling doubles. Kind of like gravel train, that's what I do now. It's a double trailer, 2 trailers, Michigan doubles. They're somewhat unique for how much weight you carry. I think we're one of the highest in the nation for how much weight we're allowed to carry down the highway. So for here in Michigan, it's 164,000. It's pretty damn heavy. The trailers I pull, they have extra tires to handle the weight. Typically, it's 8 axles. And you have axles in the middle of the trailers that will lift up and down, so you can make. So when you turn, you have to lift your axles so you can actually turn. And then when you're going down the highway or going down a straight road, you lower your axles. So it's a bit different than your standard van trailer going down the highway. Speaking of van trailers going on the highway, I say that because when I go to truck stops, I see some of these over-the-road guys. For one, I don't know, half of them, I don't know how the hell they even got their CDL in the first place, because they look so confused and lost all the freaking time. And what's interesting about what I do is say, whatever I'm delivering, and the customer wants it delivered in particular spot, even though it's 2 trailers, independent trailers that I pull together, we can also back them up and put them and deliver things that when you see my truck and trailer setup, you probably wonder, well, how in the hell do they do that? It's not easy, but we do it. What actually happens is, in between the two trailers, there's a dolly. That dolly is hooked onto my lead trailer. Then there's a pin. I flip a switch in here, it drops a pin, locking my dolly in place onto the second trailer. So, yeah, I get this part explained. But when I back up, instead of having 3 pivot points, it makes it where I have 2 pivot points. And it's almost like a snake. You have to snake it back and you just kind of work it. You can put the damn thing wherever you want. A lot of that comes into play when I do construction work, where I'm working doing highway work. You know, we back these things up a long way. You know, that's just part of it. That's part of the job. Compared to your over-the-road driver who literally just goes down the highway and that's their job. And you know, my hat's off to them because they don't go home. They don't have a home that they go. They don't have a home to go to. That's why I can't talk. They don't have a home to go to every night, so they're stuck out on the road. I mean, that's not for me. I don't want to do that. I have a family. I want to be home. But when you see these guys, yeah, at truck stops, they're trying to back in the spots. And it's just a single trailer, and they can't get in there. It's like, wow. So yeah, that's what I do. That's the line of work I'm in. So if you have any truck driver questions, sure, shoot me a message or leave a comment. I guess that's what they do on YouTube, and I'll try to respond with a video, or I'll just respond with the comments. Other rants that be going on, I'm fighting for custody of my children. It's just been quite the adventure. It really makes you. If you're a father going through these situations, you know, and you're frustrated, you feel like the government doesn't give a fuck, I'm with you. I honestly think they just don't care, you know. But yeah, I'll make videos venting about things like that. Currently, I'm dealing with CPS, trying to get them to do the job, and it really feels like I'm rolling a very, very heavy ball up a hill and getting nowhere. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Before I was in this situation, I would see videos of fathers complaining about the system is biased. It's not for, the system is against fathers, the child support issues, child custody issues. Now that I'm in these situations, I absolutely agree. I see how people just lose their mind, they lose their cool, because it seems like you're fighting for answers, you're fighting for your kids, and it does. It absolutely feels like nobody gives a shit, and it's very frustrating. Currently, like I said, this will be the second go-around with CPS. This is the second complaint that's been called in by myself and my wife. Even the mother's children, the mother's family have made complaints. The school that my kids go to have made complaints. Everyone's concerned. So you're like, oh, hey, who do you go to if you're concerned about your child's safety, their well-being, their mental health, their education? You have one avenue. You go to the court. Well, no, I'm not saying you have one avenue, but for that in particular thing, if you're worried about your children being harmed, you go to CPS. That's the agency of the government that's supposed to help you protect your children from these things. Well, as I've learned over time, that basically, if you can't show them physical proof, the kids can report it to the worker, tell their story. I have a family member that witnessed it, witnessed abuse, and has told her story to the CPS worker. I've had documentation from the school, documentation from the therapist, you name it. All in all, my children's mother is a nutcase. The stories I've heard over the past few months have just blown my mind. And things that are coming out, and it's coming out from my kids. Now it's her aunt. Just things of casting out demons, these spiritual rituals that she does. She's obsessed with helping people cross over from the dead, or from the living to the dead. You name it. Just odd, strange, weird things. Waking my kids up at 2, 3 in the morning, dragging them out of bed so that she can do a ritual on them because she believes that a demon has possessed my son. That's alarming to me. That, in my mind, that's a red flag. Hey, something's not right here. I submitted all this to the CPS. And what have they done about it? Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Today, for example, I'm just looking for answers. I'm looking for an update. I'd like to know what the hell is going on in this case. And I can't get an answer. I've wrote the supervisor. I've called the supervisor. I've wrote the the worker. And now I'm trying to deal with the supervisor, who is just as bad. Asshole won't respond to my text message. My emails. Won't call me back. I left my phone number. Nothing. I'm begging for answers. No, it's not a priority. It's not a big deal. The condition of my children's home it's just absolutely, it's disgusting to say the least. On top of being disgusting, it's like basically a hoarder house. There's a 1-foot path through all the garbage and boxes full of shit. A little bit. So she lives in a trailer house. What has been described, the pictures I've seen of this house, yeah, it's a 1-foot path that goes from one end of the house to the other. There's nowhere to sit. My kid's bed is just a mattress on the floor that's surrounded by boxes of shit, trash. I reported rodents in the house. CPS has been in this house twice, 2 times, along with the police who have been in the house for welfare checks. And let's say your kid comes home and your kid comes to visit you. You say, "Oh man, house is messy. It's so messy." You put together like an idea in your head. Like, what is messy? What is messy to a 6 and a 9-year-old? You kind of make up what you think it's going to look like. And after I saw the family members, let's say her aunt, took pictures of what the conditions are like inside this house, my mouth absolutely dropped. Because what I envisioned in my mind was, okay, it's a messy house. Maybe the dishes aren't done. Maybe it's a little cluttered. No, not even close. I never imagined it would be as bad as it actually is, which is surprising. Usually you would think the worst, but I felt like I thought the worst, and what I found out is reality is actually worse than what I thought. It blows my mind. So anyways, I'm kind of rambling. I sent those pictures into the courts here in my county because I'm fighting for custody. But when you ask for custody, they have a hearing for probable cause. Do you have a good reason to ask for custody? My wife works for DHHS. She knows her stuff when it comes to this kind of thing. We prepared all the documents. We prepared speeches. We prepared everything we needed to for court. I'll say this, when I got to court, the only thing that the judge needed at that time was the pictures of the house. The judge looked at the children's mother and said, your house is absolutely disgusting. It is not fit for children. Absolutely. Mr. Pepper has a good reason to file for a change of custody. So now they open up an investigation to the front of the court. They're going to investigate, as you know, all the documentation that we have. We'll be submitting all that to them, and they'll make a decision on what is supposedly in the best interest of the children. And I swear to God, if they come back and say the best interest of the children is to live in this pigsty, I'm going to probably lose my mind. I don't think that's going to happen. I say that, you know, even at the stage I'm in with all of this and all the documentation I have, the CPS reports, I still feel that to this day that the courts can still turn around and screw this whole thing up. When I say the courts, I'm talking about FOC, things of that nature. They're all connected. I feel like it's a slam dunk case, but from what I've seen so far, there's no guarantees, obviously. They can still turn around and say, oh, well, hey, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, guys, I'm going on 16 minutes of ranting here, so I'm gonna cut this short. I'm not actually gonna cut it short. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up because I have been ranting for 16 minutes, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm learning as I go. So this will be my first video, just yakking about my thoughts at the moment, and that's what's on my mind at the moment. So let's see where this whole YouTube thing goes. All right. Peace out, guys.